I am now an NFL staff writer for Sports Illustrated. That's pretty cool to say. So now I need to hear you, Fernando, say and give me a proper introduction to your boy.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I am Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano. He covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? That was perfect. Thank you for doing that. See, you work on the fly. That's why you're a pro. But yeah, Fernando, it's been a pretty emotional a few days. I announced it on
How many
Monday.
times until I butcher that? How long do you think? Because I'm telling you, that hit at the tip of my
Well, yeah,
tongue.
you got a couple of S's in there, but it's easier because you have one less to mention. I was OC registered LA
Yeah,
Daily News. Quick
yeah.
shout out to them because I had a great 4 years there, and it was a step for getting to this step. So yeah, no, it's a big accomplishment. I've been enjoying it with my family and friends, as you've been knowing for a couple of weeks. But it's been, I had to keep it a secret for a while, which I kind of hate because it proves Dan Digger right that I'm a diva looking for attention. But no, finally I got to announce
And
it,
you're
and I
Mexican.
hate
You
the
like
whole.
cheese.
I guess the whole goodbye thing, and then doing a post for new job, and I feel kind of like self-centered, but everybody's been so kind, from old coworkers to new coworkers to people who just kind of stumble on the post and they're following me on Twitter. So thank you everybody for all the comments. I'm trying to get to everybody. I will do my best, Fernando, but if I didn't, thank you for the love.
When I came back from South Bend, I mean, I obviously the colleagues and then the friends that you meet, like the obviously that hits you, but it's like when the Charger fans, when the NFL fans are like, "Oh my God, like we missed you. It's crazy that you're not here. That you it's great to have you back." Stuff like that. Like that when it's like fans and stuff, like that's really I think that's the coolest, just because you see who you kind of impact. Like we know some, like we know Karen, we know some of those fans, but we don't know all the fans. And for some fans to like hit you up and be like, "Hey, like I'm still rocking with you, even though you left, or even this, or even that." Like, I think that's pretty amazing, to be completely honest.
Yeah, and like with the Chargers followers, like I lost a few, but not that many, and it stayed steady. You would think people are like, oh, I don't want to hear any Rams coverage. So, now I have Charger fans, Rams fans, even Raider fans from back in the
Compas
day.
fans.
Compas, obviously, and then now people, like I mentioned, stumbled on the post, and like I just mentioned the Mexican flag, and there's an emoji, and like, oh, look at that, a person that looks like me working for SI. I think that's the biggest part there, to get there because I wanted to write something fancy in the tweet or the IG post, but I'm like, if you know my journey, I don't need to say. But it's also nice to share your story to people who are probably in the same situation as you. So I try to do like a combination where like I'm emotional. It was a long road, but I don't want to waste so many characters here on Twitter. So if you're seeing this video, you want to reach out to me to hear my side, I would love to share. But for those that know, they know how long of a past it's been. From covering high school to being part time NFL.com to grinding late nights on the weekends to cover small boxing shows in Las Vegas to traveling to LA, covering the Chargers, covering the Rams. So it's a little step, and now it's the full NFL landscape. And there was points for him where I thought, my goal is to become a national reporter, cover the NFL, and I got kind of like, okay, is it gonna happen? Is it not? The money stinks in this job. Should I quit? But honestly, this podcast kept me going and going through that situation. So for me, it's been beneficial to do this podcast with you.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I mean, and that's the thing, is that I kind of feel like you and I lean on each other a little bit, because like there's times where I get frustrated, there's times where you get frustrated, and it's like, well, what's next? Like, why are we still stuck in these? And then you and I kind of talk each other through that kind of stuff. So I feel like that's been really beneficial, because I mean, there is times where you get stuck, and sometimes you don't have somebody to lean on. Like, obviously your family's gonna tell you stuff, but it's like, but you haven't been like, they haven't been in this role where it's like covering doing what we're doing and stuff. So it's cool to have somebody that obviously that you and I are in this together and everything, and we see each other, and it's like, oh, one of us climbs one ladder, well, here goes the next one, and it's like boom boom, like that video of the firemen that keep on helping each other raise the
Yeah,
ladder and everything. That's
yeah,
kind of
you
how
might
this
fall
goes. So it's
sometimes, but you get a little push up.
exactly,
And for
exactly.
Fernando, I think I mentioned this to you before, and if I didn't, I'll say it right now. But it wasn't for you sharing this link to this job, I would never would apply. I probably would never seen it because when you sent me the link, I was just starting the Rams beat reporter job, and I was focused on that and covering that team in starting the season. So you had my back. You shared the link. So a big credit to you. And thank you for that. So that's the way we should do it. Just help each other out. Hey, this might be a good job for
Yeah.
you. You should check that out. So I appreciate you, man.
No, no. I mean, that's just me. I mean, you're the one that obviously nailed all the interviews and everything. I just gave you that little push, but I mean, that's just because I see how talented you are and everything, and I know how good you would be in this job. So, and obviously, I've met Albert Breer a couple of times, and I've met some of the guys there at MMQB, and they're good people. So I think you're gonna kill it there, and obviously. We'll see what's next, but it's awesome that you're starting this new journey, and obviously you're only a day or two in, but I'm definitely proud of you. I'm definitely excited for you, and this is just the first of many, because obviously we have and that's why I tell people, like, we have a long ways to go. Like, the things that we dream about, and obviously we've said to each other, I mean, there's just another small step into the bigger plan that obviously we want to do with this. But definitely excited for you. Congratulations. So happy from you, from me, from Vic, from Dan and Dago. Obviously, we're excited for you, and this is going to be so much fun to see you continue to grow in this role. So definitely congrats to you, and let's keep it going. Let's keep on climbing that ladder, and definitely, again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I try not to get emotional, but thank you to you, your brother, to Victor, because uh, it was a nice week, but hectic, a lot of work at Super Bowl Radio Row, and then just before that, the whole year, the whole season, Fernando, to doing the day job covering the Rams, and then doing this at nighttime. It's been a grind. So you guys have been there for the start.
And it's crazy. I just thought about it too. Like, today, somebody asked me, like, "Oh, what are you doing?" A little while ago, somebody was like, "Oh, what are you doing in 2 weeks?" I have this like party or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh, two." I'm like, "Oh, the combine." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be here for that." And I'm like, "The Super Bowl just ended." And it's like, "Oh, here comes the combine, just real quick." So, and then guess what? 2 weeks after that, it's NFL free agency. And guess what? A month after that, it's the draft. And guess what? Then it's rookie
Yeah.
mini camp. And then guess what? So it's a
But
never-ending cycle.
there's 1 week in between the combine, so we're gonna take a week off. You want to let people know
There you
because
go.
we
Perfect.
have
There
to.
you go. So, yeah, no, exactly.